Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Scrap Mechanic, and today we're going to be building a crazy over-engineered scorpion mining vehicle that is inspired by a comment. I think it was on the video that I built this thing, which is a drift car made of saw blades or something like that. I don't know, I just get crazy ideas, I build them, and then I move on, okay? And today's crazy idea, I'm imagining a tank steering scorpion mining vehicle where there's drills in the claws and you kind of, it's not going to be practical. It is going to be very impractical, but it is going to be cool looking, and it is probably going to be over-engineered for its purposes, but I think it would look cool. Okay, let's start off by building a tank steering base on this thing, and then we can try to make it look like a scorpion. But I'm imagining 4 wheels on each side that are cambered out like 30 or 40 degrees or so. So instead of being an 8-leg, wait, do they have 8 legs or 6 legs? How many legs do scorpions have? Yes, 8 legs. So this is going to be an 8-wheeled vehicle instead of an 8-legged vehicle. So it makes sense. We're still keeping this scorpion anatomy. All right, this should be an acceptable wheel segment. So I should be able to just easily mirror this on the other side by duplicating it. All right, well, that one right there. Well, that one right there. Does it look symmetrical to you guys? It's good enough, right? Ah, dang it, I just remembered if I want to make a good tank steering, I gotta double up the bearings on this thing. Okay, now I should be able to camber the wheels. Let's do 30 degrees to start off with, and that is the wrong direction. Let's go that direction. Okay, that's a little awkward. It doesn't look as cool. I mean, it does still look kind of cool, but wait, oh, you know what? We need to do this. Oh boy, that gets really close to the ground. That's a problem I wasn't anticipating. Yeah, it seems like if you want to have camber on wheels like this, you need to have the wheels attached on the outside, because otherwise, the more you camber up, the closer this is going to get to the ground in relation to the wheel. Especially with this double bearing here, it separates the wheel a little bit more. All right, time to do some time-consuming modifications. I mean, this is kind of how these games go all the time. You have an idea, you try it, and then you troubleshoot it and spend a bunch more time on stuff you weren't expecting to spend time on until you get it right and have something you're kind of proud of. And that's what I'm hoping for the end of this episode, is having something I'm kind of proud of. I've been working on the scorpion. I've been deleting stuff I've already done just to waste my time away. I keep over-engineering. Whoops, I just messed up. It's a good thing we got weld tools so we can fix mistakes. Okay. I think I've redone it. I hope. Please let this be correct. Does that look symmetrical to that? All right, and then I should be able to hook this up to these bearings and have another 30-degree camber. Let's set it down. No. Oh no, this is not. Hold on. That's an easy. I just forgot. I gotta weld the other ends of these back to the thing. Okay, all right. Now there's a 30-degree camber. All right, just gotta reverse this side. There we go. I mean, it doesn't look... having this bar on the outside, maybe it'll look cool in the final design, but I think it would look cooler if it was just the wheels. But we gotta make do with what we got in order to get this ground clearance. Now, what happens if I do like 45 degrees? What is that gonna look like? It actually looks pretty cool too. I think the wheels are now in their correct positions. So now let's make them tank steering and see how this thing feels. All right, here we go. Forward. It's not the fastest right now. I could change that backward, left, and right. All right, let's make this thing actually fast. Okay, yeah, I think this is good mining vehicle speed. All right, we'll adjust the suspension now. Give it some actual suspension flex so it's not just all compressed. All right, I think this thing is gonna be pretty cool once we get it all situated with its claws and its tail. I don't really know what the tail is gonna do, if it's gonna be like useful for anything. This is not gonna be, like I said, not gonna be the most practical, but it's gonna be cool looking, okay? Oh no, I just realized an issue. If I have a drill on a tail, a drill has a center point, but this thing does not have a center point unless I do that. That could be the tail. No, this isn't gonna work. I am going to have to divide this thing in half. All right, now this thing has an actual center point, which will make much more sense for the tail. But let's go ahead and let's start by building the claws. So the claws are going to they're gonna have to fit a drill within them. All right, as I build this, I'm starting to get a little afraid that I'm not gonna have enough buttons to program on this thing. Like 4 of my buttons are just for the tank steering. Worst case scenario, I could just convert the tank steering to a WASD converter. I just tend to prefer buttons because they're a more immediate response time. All right, check this out. This is the idea I came up with the claw. Instead of just having a drill inside the claw, there's both a drill inside the claw, but then also the edges of the claw are drills too. So then it kind of closes in like that. And this could be a pretty cool looking claw mechanism, I think. All right, I've added a little bit more to the claw now, so there are some more pieces to this thing. So not only is it able to close, it is also going to be able to extend, and I will have to adjust some speeds and stuff here. So obviously not all of this is going to be controlled by one button. I just have the button just to test everything pretty easily. So there is the ability for this to adjust the angle of where the claw is going to be pointing, both sideways and potentially up and down. All right, so now I've optimized this thing, so I have a logic gate assigned to each of the functions. So this logic gate is assigned to closing the claw, this logic gate is assigned to extending the claw, and this logic gate is assigned to turning or aiming the claw more inwards. So now the way this is right now, this is completely symmetrical left to right, so I should be able to duplicate this to mirror it to the other side. It's just the attachment point is going to have to be custom made for left and right. But before I duplicate this, let's start painting this thing. This thing needs to be black. That way I only got to paint one of these things, and there's a lot of wedges on this thing which require a lot of painting. And this always just makes me really hope draggable wedges come out sooner than later, because I'm assuming draggable wedges are going to be a lot easier to paint since they're going to be bigger than just a single block like this. How do I attach these things now? How do I make these things work? Okay, I've attached them. This is turning out to be way more intense of a build than I was expecting. Just look at how heavy these things are. So this is how it kind of starts when it's on the lift, and then yeah, the arms kind of go forward like that. I don't know. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I can adjust the resting angles pretty easily. Like if I want these to go more into the middle, I just put those on like 60, and now they're kind of pointing a little bit more towards the inside. Oh boy, it's already getting a little bit laggy too. There's a lot of stuff going on in close proximity here. All right, let's weigh down the back of this a little bit. Let's just put a big old slab of concrete back here. That should make it sit down kind of normal. Yeah, hopefully whatever I do for the tail, hopefully it's not gonna lag it out first of all, but hopefully it'll also balance the weight a little bit. But here, the idea is that I should be able to activate the claws with a button. So we press that, the claws will close, and then I should have another button to extend the claws. There we go. That is not symmetrical. Why is this not symmetrical? Well, anyway, we'll worry about the angles soon. And then we got these ones. Oh, those are not, yep, these are not mirrored, so they're not symmetrical, unfortunately, but I can switch that easily. Yeah, so that way we can angle these down towards the ground like that. And this is starting to look floppy and weird. Man, I'm realizing I want another control here. Okay, I've made a decision that's gonna be really inconvenient now. Another one of those trial and error things. So I've noticed that the program that I put in to angle down has the unintended side effect of also putting these at an angle like this. So then these ones essentially become useless to anything on the ground. So instead of the pivot angle being right here where I have it right now, I want to move it up to here. So the entire arm is going to rotate up and down. If the bearings can even handle it is going to be the question. But let me save this as is right now in case this is a terrible idea, because now we got to make some massive modifications. All right, this actually worked. So I've added this mechanism right here. So this is now the rotation point. So now you can see the difference. As I extend these out and then put them down, you can see the one on the left side is much more level. It's still not completely level. If I change this angle to be more subtle and then change this angle to be more extreme, but I can't this. Yeah, there's a collision there unless I do this. Make a little bit of room like that. That's fine. Yeah, so now you can see we are much more level when we get down there, but it's still not perfect, which does bother me a little bit. But, you know what? I see a way to deal with it. I can now replace what I had here, this mechanism, with just a single bearing. So now that bearing can be used to level out the entire angle. Look at that. So now I just got to adjust the height here. Ooh, look at that. Now we are just perfectly level. Okay, now I just got to do the same thing on the other side. What did I do again? All right, check it out. I got both arms all set up now. So we can go ahead and extend these out. So for like taller rocks, look at that. It's like we're grabbing it. For taller rocks, that could be pretty cool. But then for any rocks on the ground, we can just go right down to the ground and pretty much sweep up all of the rocks as we go through. Which I think is going to work out pretty well. But man, is this thing getting laggy already. We've totally over-engineered this with the amount of bearings and stuff that we're using. Like, I get 15 frames using this thing with these arms extended right now. And we have an interesting effect where my claws break. I know that there's a tension going on somewhere, because look, if I put a block here, yep, it just snaps into place. So some of these blocks might be colliding. But now let's work on the tail. I don't know how much I want to put into this tail because we are at our limits. Like, I am barely holding 60 frames right now, especially when I start driving around. Oh yeah, when I start driving around, it tanks. You know, get it? Because we're tank drive. We're tanking the frames. Okay. Yeah, we still got a lot of work to do though. So let's see what happens with the tail. Okay, I think I finally finished engineering the tail. It wasn't so bad, and to simplify things and make things lighter, I've just made this completely out of pipe pieces with empty space in between, and I've also redone the claws on the front to be the same style. It makes the weight so much lighter, and it has cut down on the lag a lot, so I think it was definitely worth doing, and I think it actually has a good aesthetic as well. It kind of gives it like robot scorpion feels instead of just bad realism. Okay, so for the tail, here's what I got so far. So when you press the button, it does this. Goes up and then goes right down and contacts the ground pretty much perfectly. Now, I haven't actually tested out. Let's see here. How does that compare to when these things are down here? Oh my god, that's actually really nice. And maybe, oh, you know what? I don't know. But anyway, it comes back up like this. And I had to do that in two separate parts. So as you can see, the top of the tail unfolds and then it goes down forward. Because if I had it all happen at once, I couldn't bring it back because it would actually curl underneath the front of the vehicle down here and get stuck. So I had to have it sequenced like that so that the tail didn't actually hook itself on the front of the vehicle on the way back. I might actually have enough buttons to do all this, and with tank steering too. But now I do need controls to turn on the drills. And you know what? For this one, it might as well be when the tail is extended, the drills come on. It makes the most sense to me. All right, now the drills have been activated. When I press the button to unfurl the tail, the entire drill mechanism activates, all of the drills spin, as well as the entire drill system. And that looks perfect. That actually looks perfect. All right, so now I need a separate button to activate all the rest of these drills. All right, so all these drills should move in towards the center. So hopefully if they have any impact on anything, it'll pull them towards the center. All right, I think all that's left now is to just fill in the body, hopefully without interfering with the tail, and then put it to the test. Let's mine some rocks with the Scorpion Miner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think Scorpion Miner is finally ready to be tested. So let's go ahead and, place stone? Oh, look at that. Perfect placement. All right, let's activate the claws. And I guess just let's drive into it at first. And okay, well, we need to do a little bit of this. Hold on. I gotta get used to all my controls here. There we go. What if we add some tail action going in right here? Oh boy, the lag's already starting to happen. Yeah, get that tail in there. Oh no, when the lag happens, that is when it gets a little bit more difficult for the rocks to break. But we should be able to sweep like this pretty well. Actually, there we go. There we go. Oh my, we just plowed right through it very quickly all of a sudden. All right, this is working. All right, let's back up, have the frame settle down a little bit. Man, this thing is really heavy on the frames, unfortunately. Here, let me bring this back a little bit. Let's use just the claws for a second. There we go. I don't think that this has much use, to be honest. It's just like an aesthetic kind of, I don't know, maybe it's intimidating for bots or something. But here we go. We can go ahead and push through here. All right, this is not bad. All right, let's bring the tail back in for this part here. And with the frames lower, everything takes so much longer to, all the controller bearings take a lot longer too. All right, come on, get that big chunk. Get that big chunk, get it, there we go. All right, this thing is actually working. I mean, I didn't put any like resource collection in this or anything, which I guess like I probably could fit something in the back there, but that's really not the focus of this. We're not actually in survival. We don't need to do that. I just wanted to see a scorpion with tank steering mine some rocks, and that is exactly what this thing is doing. I'm gonna get every little last bit of this rock node here. I'm putting the tail back up, getting it out of the way here. Yeah, the claws do a pretty good job at scooping around in front of it, and it looks like we just got a couple more left. And man, tank steering on a miner, I feel like tank steering is just, it makes mining so much better. The use of the electric engines and being able to turn in place and stuff. All right, am I actually gonna have to use this now? Here, let me grab on. Oh, that actually almost kind of worked on that one right there. I almost grabbed it right on the end. All right, and there we go. We've mined the whole thing. Let's put this thing to the test against a farm bot. Let's just see what happens. See if we can beat a farm bot. All right, now do not worry. I have saved this on a lift, so we do not have to worry about the farm bot destroying it. All right, let's go ahead and activate our drills. And here we go. Extend, block him. Can he actually get to me? Oh no. Oh, no. Retract. Okay, we're good. All right, let's put the tail down. He's gonna die before the tail even gets to him. Oh, look at that. He is dead. That was easy. All right, let's spawn in a bunch of these guys then. All right, I think 4 farm bots is enough. Let's see if we can handle this. Oh boy, here we go. Bring in the tail. I don't really think the tail is gonna help that much. I just think it looks cool. All right, now what about closing, opening? Oh my god, there goes 2 of them. There goes 2 of them. They don't get away. They're gonna go too. Look at that. That is great. And there we go. This thing is deadly. This thing is really deadly. Flexing. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of this thing. All right, so let me know what you guys think of Scorpion Miner, and does this inspire any other ideas for you? Let me know down in the comments below. Any other ideas on stuff you'd like to see built in Scrap Mechanic, any concepts? If you enjoyed this one, you'll probably enjoy some more stuff you can find on the channel right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.